Hello, my friends, and welcome back to our math lesson for today. So I'm just going to go over some of the slides like we always do to just kind of give you a little bit more extra help and some extra activities to kind of work with this. So again, the name of our chapter for today is Describe Equal Parts, and we are answering the essential question: how do you find a half of, a third of, or a fourth of a whole? So the first part says find shapes that show fourths and color them green, and find shapes that show halves and color them red. So remember, I don't really have the ability to do this right now. I think I'm going to try and see if I can maybe download another version of Smart Notebooks so that way that I can do this for you during our math lessons. But for right now, it just says find shapes that show fourths. So when we look around, we're looking for a shape that is partitioned into four equal pieces. So this one would be a half because it's partitioned into two equal pieces. So we would probably color that one red. This one has 1, 2, 3 equal pieces, so we would leave that one alone. We wouldn't color that anything. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4 equal pieces, so this one would be colored green, as would this one, because this one is also partitioned into 4 equal pieces. Okay, there's another third here, so this one we would leave blank. We wouldn't color that one anything. This one is divided up into halves because there's 1, 2 equal pieces, and that's it. So that would be halves. So we would color that one red, and then this one is again divided up into thirds: 1, 2, 3 equal pieces. So we will leave that one blank as well. So I think we've kind of gotten the idea of the difference between fourths, thirds, and halves. So it says these are some ways to show and describe an equal part of a whole. Two equal parts. A half of the shape is green. So that's kind of the newer thing that we're learning here in chapter 11, is that a half of the shape is green, which means that if we colored one of the two halves, then that means that half of this rectangle here, which is our whole, half of the rectangle is green. Half of the rectangle is white. For this one, when we partition up the same object into 3 equal parts, we get thirds, right? So 1, 2, 3, and I see that one of the thirds is green, so a third of the shape is green. Now, if we wanted to find out how many thirds of the shape are white, we would say 1, 2, so we would say 2/3 of the shape are white. So a third of the shape is green, 2/3 of the shape is white, because 2 of the thirds are white and 1 is green. And then 4 equal parts, obviously again a fourth, right? Or the object is broken up into fourths, and we see that 1/4 is green, so a fourth of the shape is green. And if you wanted to challenge yourself, I would ask you how many fourths of the object are white, and you would be able to say 3/4, because 1, 2, 3 of the 4 equal pieces are white. So 1/4 of the object is green, 3/4 of the object are white. So it says draw to show thirds, color a third of the shape. So again, don't really have the ability to do this right now, but again, partitioning the shape into thirds any way you would, and then color a third of the shape. So once you partition the object into 3 equal pieces, you would color 1/3 of that object to show 1/3 or a third of the shape. Okay, same thing for the fourths. Draw to show fourths, color a fourth of each shape. So you would again partition the object into 4 equal pieces because it's asking for fourths, right? And then to show a fourth of the object, you would color in just one of those 4 equal pieces. Okay. So again, kind of the same thing here. I'm definitely going to get a better version of Smart Notebook so that way I can actually draw the halves and then color a half for you, because that would make it a lot easier. But you'll see it on the personal math trainer, kind of the same activities, but again, dividing it up into halves. So I would make one line going straight down, and then I would color one of the 2 equal pieces. For thirds, the same thing. Partition the object into thirds, 3 equal pieces, and then color 1 to show a third. And the same with the fourths. Partition it into 4 equal pieces, color one of those pieces to show a fourth. Okay? So circle all the shapes that have a quarter of the shape shaded. So remember, the phrase a quarter also means 1/4, right? If you think about quarters in terms of money, right? You need 4 quarters to make $1, right? So 1/4 would be 1/4 of an object. So for example, right here, this shape right here is partitioned into 1, 2, 3, 4 equal pieces, and one of those pieces is colored green, showing a quarter of the shape. Okay, these two right here, this kind of like skinny rectangle and this circle, are both partitioned into thirds, right? Because there's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 equal pieces. So that does not show a quarter of the shape. Both of these show 1/3, right? Now this one over here, let's see how many pieces this one is partitioned into. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we do have 4 equal pieces, and one of those equal pieces is shaded green. So that also represents 1/4, or a quarter of the shape. Okay, the last two right here. So this one again is partitioned into halves, right? Because we only have 2 equal pieces. So we can only say that a half of the shape is shaded, not a quarter. But this one over here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 equal pieces. One of those 4 equal pieces is shaded green, so therefore that also represents a quarter of the shape shaded, or 1/4 of the shape shaded. So 2 posters are the same size. A third of one poster is red, and a fourth of the other poster is blue. Is the red part or the blue part larger? So remember, for this one, it's all about the number of pieces. If an object is broken up into more pieces, then those pieces are going to be smaller. So for example, 2 posters of the same size, a third of one poster is red, which means one of these posters is broken up into 3 equal pieces, and the other one is broken up into 4 equal pieces. So it's broken up into more pieces than the red poster. So therefore, the red poster is going to be bigger. Okay, so we can say the red poster, or I'm sorry, the red part of the poster is bigger because it is partitioned into less pieces. So that's something that you can say, because it's partitioned into fewer pieces, I guess we could say, instead of less, broken up into fewer pieces. So because it's broken up into fewer pieces, those pieces are going to be bigger, whereas the blue poster, it's broken up into more pieces, so each piece is going to be smaller. So lastly, we're going to say which of these has a third of the shape shaded blue. So a third of the shape, which means the shape is going to be partitioned into 3 equal pieces, and one of those pieces is going to be shaded blue. Okay, so I'm looking at our options here, A, B, C, and D, and I automatically can assume that D is not correct, right? Because this is not partitioned into 3 equal pieces. It's partitioned into 3 pieces, and one of them is shaded blue, which would be 1/3, but they have to be equal. This piece right here is a lot skinnier than both of these pieces right here, and this one is way bigger than the other two. So we automatically know that D can't be it. Now let's look at some of the other ones. So A, 1, 2, 3. I see that it's broken up into 3 equal pieces, and one of those pieces is shaded blue. So which of these has a third of the shape shaded blue? I think it can be A, right? Because B shows half of the shape shaded blue, and C shows 1, 2, 3/4 of the shape shaded blue. We're looking for a third of the shape, so I believe that it's A. And so unfortunately, it won't let me click on it and check our answer, but that would be the correct answer. It would be A. Okay, so those are just some more examples on how you can determine a half, a third, or a fourth of an object. All right, and so now you guys are free to go on to Think Central and do the assignment for chapter 11.10. Hopefully this was helpful, and good luck on your assignment. Thanks, everybody. Good job today.